Good morning everyone, it is now day number 6, so it's a pretty cold morning which I absolutely love. So I'm feeling pretty happy and pretty confident, so let's go get our 10,000 steps and I'll see you guys later. For dinner, I'll be having just an entire chicken. Just look at it, it's a huge ass piece of meat. So, in my life, I've had a significant amount of meat stuffed in my mouth before, and I've always managed to consume them. So I'm pretty sure I'll be able to do this just fine. Let's eat dinner. This is actually kind of tough to cut through, stupid fly. Not bad. It's a honey roasted tasted chicken. It's pretty tasty. Look at it. Look at it. It's fresh and stuff. Really good. Tastes sweet, not too sweet. It's like honey glazed, not black pepper, because I hate black pepper. It only costs like 9.90 ringgit, 9 ringgit 90 cents. This was a discount. Oh yeah, pretty good. Something like this, you would think it looks pretty dry and tastes pretty dry, but it's actually surprisingly quite palatable. So good job. Well, seeing myself eat, I realize I have no fine dining skills. You cannot bring me to like a 7-star restaurant. I'll probably just eat the fancy French snails or something like that. Please don't screenshot that and make it a meme, because I realize how bad that looked. I might cut it out. I'll probably leave it in. So that took 11 minutes and 35 seconds, and I devoured an entire chicken in under, I thought it would be under 10 minutes because I am a pretty fast eater, but you know, it is a whole chicken. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. End of day number 6, the second last day. So I'm gonna include what I ate for dinner today. Don't know how it's gonna turn out. Hopefully it turns out well. But I ate an entire chicken, so you know, I just felt like recording that because that feels a little bit ridiculous. The whole chicken. I mean, I eat a lot, you know, and really quickly. So you guys who know me know that I eat a lot, but still it's an entire chicken, so it was kind of funny just looking at it. Anyway, how was the walk today? It was really good. One of my favorite ones of the week because it was such a cold morning. Like if you saw the walk shots clearly. You can see the clouds moving, like the wind pushing it past really fast. So it was really windy, really cold, and it was just really an enjoyable walk all around. How do I feel? Okay, maybe I should update a little bit more on what I do while I'm walking, other than filming it here and there, because filming will take a while, just a while, and it takes me about an hour and a half to finish walking 10,000 steps. So I would spend the first 30 minutes using pull-up. I would spend the first 30 minutes just walking, just to let my mind wander and all that. For the second day, I was using my social media, checking on Twitter, Instagram, but it felt very, I don't know if you guys feel it, but sometimes when I check social media too much, it feels very heavy on my mind, like it feels very draining to be consuming so much. So first 30 minutes, I just leave it blank, blank state in my mind. I just wake up, stretch a bit, wear my sports clothes, drink 1,000 liters of water, and then walk out straight up. And then after the 30 minutes, I would go through my Twitter and Instagram, but that will usually last only another 30 minutes. And then the last 30 minutes, I listen to podcasts. So for the past few days, I've been listening to 3 podcasts. I just rotate it, in the morning I listen to some, in the evening I listen to some. The Freakonomics one, Joe Rogan's podcast, which is on YouTube, not Spotify, so it's kind of annoying because I can't actually off my phone while listening to it. And the BFM, the Malaysian Business Studio, that's their tagline. So yeah, 3 podcasts. That's what I've been doing my walks. So how am I feeling right now? Still just good. I'm starting to think doing every night is a bit excessive, because now my comments are gonna sound repetitive. I'm feeling pretty good, pretty fresh still. My knee still is a bit pain, but overall I'm glad I took this challenge because I'm feeling way better about life in general. So yeah, I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow for the last day. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to day number 7, the last day. We're starting off a bit early today, very early today in fact, because remember on day number 1 where I said that my original game plan was to get 20,000 steps all done in the morning, but I had to stop because of an online class. And then after that, I said that that was probably a better choice, 10,000 steps in the morning, 10,000 steps in the evening. Well, that's because I theoretically assume, after knowing how difficult 20,000 steps actually was, that it was a better choice, because theoretically doing all 20,000 steps in the morning would have probably busted my knee or injured my body or some part of me. However, what good is a theory if you don't actually test it out? So today we'll be testing out that theory, and I'll be walking 20,000 steps with one shot in the morning. So that's why we're starting early, because I don't want the sun to heat strokes or sunstroke me or whatever. So any kind of stroking. So yeah, we'll be going to get 20,000 steps in the morning, and I hope this does not leave me anywhere near. I'll see you guys after I'm done. It is now 9:07 a.m. and we are only halfway done, 10,000 steps in. The good news is that usually by this point, my left knee would be in sharp aching pain. So still endurable, but it was usually a sign for me to stop for the morning. So right now it's fine, and I don't think I'll be having much major injuries by the end, hopefully. So that's the good news. The bad news is that it's getting really hot, as you can tell, the sun's coming out, and I really just want to quit because I am sweating quite a bit. But I am stubborn, so once you I always say, once you set your mind to something, you better damn well finish it. So we'll be going on to get the rest of our 10,000 steps, and I'll see you guys by the end of it. Okay, so that was the end of the last day. Day number 7, 10:47 a.m. So it took me about 3-ish hours to get 20,000 steps, 20,000 plus steps. How do I feel about it? I feel pretty good, actually. Pretty I've accomplished something. You set your goal here, and you kind of just did it. So yeah, I feel pretty good about myself right now. 20,000 steps one shot was surprisingly okay. I'm glad that I chose to do this at the last day instead of at the start of the day, because I haven't been going to the gym or doing any form of cardio for the past few weeks. So if I did do it on the first day, I probably would have injured myself. But like I said, the past few days really felt like I was building back up my endurance or my cardio, and it started feeling more fresh and all. I think my body just got used to the volume, and it goes to show you that if you put in the work, you will get the results. I really felt like good about it. It was an enduring task. It's more like on mentality, like, oh my god, it still had how many steps to go? 3 hours of just walking. But it wasn't super tough in the sense that, like, when you're sprinting or you're playing a basketball game and you're really tired, where your heart just can't stop pumping or your feet burning from the sprinting and jumping around, that one was really tough and you really feel like you had to stop or you'll start vomiting. This wasn't like that. This was just endurance kind of thing. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about myself, and those are my raw, unfiltered thoughts about the 20,000 steps in the morning. So I will see you guys tonight on to give my final thoughts on the whole thing. But yeah, that's about it. And as a celebration of me completing this 20,000 steps, I'm gonna go take a nice jump into the cold lake behind me. So I'll see you guys after this. Alright, so this is my physique right now after 7 days of walking 20,000 steps. So I went back to check day number 1's video and I realized that I didn't do something. Basically, everyone's body has 2 states, to keep it simple: flex state and unflex state. So flex state is when you use all of your muscles to make yourself look the best possible shape you can, or the most fit. So let's say this is your flex state, or this is my flex state. And yeah, you can tell it's what people would post on their Instagram and all that. People would flex and then post because it is how they look at their best. So usually, people wouldn't look as good as they do in their photos because they'll be flexing and all that. What people would look like is their unflex state, where 90% of the time you wouldn't be consciously flexing unless there's a camera on. You know what I'm saying? So if you're unflexed, this is how I normally look unflexed. So I didn't take a flex photo for the first video, so we can only compare unflex and unflex. So let's take a look at unflex after 7 days. So not bad, pretty insane changes actually. If I remember correctly, day 1 the unflex state had like a tummy, like a huge tummy kind of thing. So now it's kind of like flat-ish even when it's not being flexed. And from the front, there is very visible lines even when unflexed. Usually I have to flex. Usually when I have to flex, then you can see the lines and all that, the abs and all. But now it's unflexed and you can see faint outlines of the ab line, V-shape and all that. And my arms are slightly more veiny, I guess. You can see the veins. So this is the result of walking 20,000 steps per day. Okay everyone, we are on the last day. Day number 7. We have finally finished everything. 7 full days of walking 20,000 steps every single day. So these are my final thoughts and opinions on it, and how the whole challenge affected my body, my mind, my emotions, and just an extra word on whether recommendation on whether you guys should do it or not. So let's start with the body. For some strange reason, my body weight did not change much. Like, it's 75 day 0, 75 day 7. Probably some negligible differences down to the decimal. Maybe it was 0.2 and then now it's 0.0 or something, but we wouldn't know because I don't have an electronic scale at the time of filming this, and so we can only base it off the scale thing. And 75. So I'm not sure why there's no difference, but my physique changed quite a bit. And that's what I'm happy about. So as you can tell from the video, day 0, day 7, they look quite a big difference. Now, when it's flexed, most people will be happy with their flexed body because it's like their best presentable form, but it's not sustainable to always be flexing all the time, you know what I'm saying? So when you look good unflexed, when you're unflexed and you can still see a few lines and all, that's when you know you've hit a certain like level or achievement. So yeah, I'm pretty glad I took on this 20,000 steps and that my body has transformed into that manner kind of thing. What else? Posture wise, yes, posture wise, I think I touched on it. 7 days, I don't know what I touched on or not, but posture wise, my posture improved quite a lot, and I have had to improve it because walking 20,000 steps is no joke. Like, if you are not engaging your whole body properly, you will feel pain. I felt pain. My left knee all the time was giving me problems throughout the 7 days. Maybe the last day not so much, but throughout the 7 days, and my ankle started hurting in day 3, I think. So I was consciously aware of my whole body, and I had to make sure that it wasn't being gonna get injured and all that. So what I mean by posture was properly was that I had to engage my butt, my spine, my shoulders, pull it back, my neck and all, stand straight and tall properly. So when I'm using my phone and all, I have to also use it like this kind of thing when I'm scrolling through social media and all that. So it kind of felt very, and surprisingly, it didn't feel very stiff. Like you would, at the start, you would feel very stiff, but you slowly get used to a natural way of walking, and it feels really, I don't know how to explain it, very healthy. Like the act of doing it itself makes you feel healthy. Well, it is a healthy way of walking, and the act of doing it makes you feel healthy. So let's go on to emotions. How do I feel doing this challenge? It was really tough at the beginning. Like, I felt like giving up by day 2 because I was really tired. No joke, I can't emphasize how much it was tiring at the very start. And I think that's because I haven't been gymming in a while, so my conditioning, my stamina, my everything, my fitness levels were just really down. However, it kind of adapted quickly. You know, by day 3 it was fine already, day 4. So my advice would be just to persevere, because you think it was going to be really tough and you can't do it, but after a while you just get used to it. Your body will get used to it. If you feel like you want to give up, like you're in the last tank or last rep kind of thing, try to, and you want to take a break, you know, it's perfectly fine. But I would say, if you feel like taking a break today, say you'll take a break tomorrow. So then you will work as hard as you did today, and by tomorrow you'll realize that you don't actually need a break. If you do need a break, then take a break, but every time you feel like taking a break, just try to push it off. Take a break tomorrow, and if you really need it, that means you know you really need it. If you don't, then, you know, just keep on going. So that's what I did. On the day 2, I was like, alright, just get one video, like not one video, just record one more day tomorrow and see how I feel. And I was super fresh, so I didn't give it up, and yeah, that's how I feel about it overall. Next, the effect it had on my mind, on my brain. So I was just really bored while I was walking after a certain point. First 2 days were tough, so I had to focus and I could still, you know, not be bored, use my phone, social media. But by day 3, I was getting used to the walking, and it felt, like I said, my posture had to correct itself, so it felt very heavy and very sian, you know, very sian lah, to be using social media like this the whole time for 1.5 hours, walking. So even though I changed my posture to like this, walking 1.5 hours, 10,000 steps, you know, like this, scrolling through social media was very sian, very boring, you know, after a while. So I changed up tactics. The first half hour of my walk, I would just not use anything, not listen to music, not listen to anything really, and just walk. And it felt very, sounds very cliche, but it felt very nice, very calming, very refreshing, very cleansing kind of thing. Just walking, and the birds were very loud in the morning. Honestly, I think some videos you can hear it even over the music. I don't know, but anyway, you can hear the birds chirping and all, and it just felt very nice, especially in the cold mornings with the trees overhead and an overcast, not overcast, but like cloudy morning and the sun not so intense. It feels really nice to just walk by, windy, with the wind on your face and all that. It just felt really cool, very cooling, yeah. And then after the half hour, because after that I get bored. I still get bored. You can't walk without doing anything for a too long period of time. I started listening to podcasts rather than going through social media and all that. So the podcast I chose, I think I mentioned it another day, was the Joe Rogan podcast, which it's not on Spotify, so I have to use YouTube to stream it, which is more data. The BFM, Malaysia's one, the Malaysia's business radio, that's their tagline, I think. And Freakonomics. Yeah, I think I listened to Freakonomics a bit more than the other two because it felt more digestible. And yeah, listening to podcasts was really a different experience. You know, all those fitness people, all those motivational people always say listen to podcasts. You know, use my Audible discount code, listen to audiobooks and all that. So there's a reason why they say all this. You know, it kind of does. It's hard to explain, so I'm not even going to try to explain it unless you try it yourself. But for me, it just felt nice to be listening to something, to be engaging in my mind without my eyes being strained at reading, looking at pictures on Instagram or reading Twitter tweets. You know, just relaxed and listening. Yeah, so that's the difference on my mind. Did I go through all already? Body, emotion, mind. What else? Right. I think that's about it. Overall, I feel really grateful. Grateful, is that the right word? I feel really glad I chose to take on this challenge because it kind of changed quite a bit. Right, last part. The cascading effect. So what I meant by that was that if you set a goal, like let's say, and make sure it's a healthy goal kind of thing, you set a goal, the rest of your life will cascade and morph around it to be healthier also. So for me, I had set my goals to be 20,000 steps a day, and the rest of my schedule had to morph to fit that lifestyle. So I had to eat right, I had to sleep right. That's a big one. I had to sleep really early at like 11, 12 to wake up at 7. If not, I wouldn't have time to walk properly, or I would have time to walk, but the sun would be really hot. So it kind of just cascaded, has a cascading, is that correct? Works cascading effect overall, and that is the biggest benefit. I feel more so than the health, the body, the abs, the mental clarity. It's just your life as a whole kind of structures around this point. Yeah. So I would say cascading effect was the biggest benefit, and I'm really glad I chose to do it. Now the last point, would I recommend you guys doing this? No. No and yes. So no, because 20,000 steps is a lot, and if it's your first foray into fitness, it will absolutely kill you. Like, it almost killed me. In the first 2 days, I really felt like giving up. You will feel just so much negativity and sianness and just generally low mood and irritability. Yeah, if you were to do 20,000 steps straight away, and I'm pretty sure your knee will hurt a lot as well. So don't do 20,000 steps straight away. Don't be crazy unless you're a lot healthier than me. But by that point, I think you are already doing 20,000 steps, you know, an equivalent of it. You're probably running a few miles or lifting heavy weights and all that. You're probably healthy in your own way. This is for those who want to just start. Yes, set a healthy goal. Like I said, cascading effect. Start off small. Start off like 5,000 steps, or you know, a bit more actionable. Walk 300 steps every hour. So let's say set an alarm, and 10 minutes before the end of the hour, let's say 10:50, 11:50, 12:50, 1:50 kind of thing, the alarm will ring, and then you realize it's time for you to take a walk. Every hour, walk 250 steps. Either start off small, 5,000 steps one shot, or I think a lot more practicable for most of you would be 300 steps per hour. And yeah, that's about it. Don't do 20,000 straight away. Practice small healthy steps, slowly, healthy habits, because it is a marathon and not a sprint. So we've come to the end of this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching it, and thanks for watching.